If you are married or in a civil partnership and one of you earns less than the personal allowance, you might be able to save tax thanks to the marriage allowance. In this video, I'll talk through how the marriage allowance works and if it could save tax for you. The marriage allowance works by allowing the lower earner in a married couple or civil partnership to give up a set amount of their tax-free personal allowance. In exchange, the other partner, the higher earner, can claim a tax deduction. To see how this works, let's look at Adam and Ben, who are in a civil partnership. Adam earns £10,000 and Ben earns £30,000. The personal allowance, the amount you can earn without paying income tax, is currently £12,570. Since Adam earns less than this, he's wasting some of this tax-free allowance. Under the marriage allowance, Adam applies to HMRC to give up 10% of his personal allowance. This leaves him with a reduced personal allowance, but what remains is still enough to cover his earnings. In exchange, Ben, as the higher earner, gets a tax deduction which is worth up to 20% of the allowance that Adam has given up. As a couple, this gives them a tax saving of £252. Better still, they can potentially do this every year. To be eligible for marriage allowance, you need to meet certain conditions. You must be married or in a civil partnership. Neither of you can be paying income tax at the higher rate of 40%. Both of you must be born after the 6th of April 1935. For older couples, the married couples allowance is more beneficial. The requirement for a higher earner to be a basic rate taxpayer is important. Typically, it means that the higher earner has an income of less than £50,270. But if the couple are resident in Scotland, the higher earner will usually need to have an income for the 25-26 tax year of less than £43,662. This is because Scottish taxpayers start to pay higher rates earlier than in the rest of the UK. The maximum annual saving you can make as a couple is £252. To receive the maximum benefit, the lower earner needs to have an income of less than £11,310. Effectively, this becomes their new personal allowance. If their income is above that figure, claiming the marriage allowance will mean the lower earner will have some tax to pay. This will reduce the overall savings you can make as a couple. It's not possible for the lower earner to choose to give up a different amount of their personal allowance to avoid paying tax. The allowance is fixed at 10%. The claim needs to be made by the partner who is giving up their personal allowance. You can claim the marriage allowance online, by post, or by calling HMRC. Once you have made a claim, it will continue to apply every year unless you tell HMRC you want it to stop. You will need to cancel your claim if it ceases to be beneficial because the lower earner's income increases. You cease to be eligible because one of you starts to pay higher rate tax. You get divorced or one of you dies. You can make a claim during or after the tax year, but you must do it within 4 years of the end of the tax year to which the claim applies. This means you must claim for the current 25-26 tax year by the 5th of April 2030. If you have not claimed marriage allowance before, you can potentially backdate your claim up to 4 years. This could mean receiving a lump sum of up to £1,000 if you can make the maximum claim in each of the previous 4 years. Once you have made a claim, if you're employed or receive a pension, HMRC will adjust your tax codes to change the tax they collect. For any backdated claims, HMRC will issue a cheque. This is a complex relief, and for more information, there is further guidance online on gov.uk and the website of the Low Incomes Tax Reform Group. We have included the links below.